So, we will continue with our reading comprehension for business communication. We have been talking about the skills that we need for reading. One is skimming and another is scanning. So, you are well aware of both these kinds of skills, which is so necessary for reading comprehension. Most people think that reading comprehension comes very easily to them because after all they have been reading throughout their life, all through their lives, but it is not that simple. We have to, the way business English and business communication function, there may be sometimes very tricky questions, and at that point you may feel at a loss that in spite of reading and knowing English quite well, you might not be able to answer it to perfection, because we take reading and also listening for granted. Most people think that writing is a difficult exercise or skill and speaking is quite difficult to master, and they ignore listening and reading. But quite often these skills or these modules may cost you your overall marks. So, please pay attention to your reading as well. So, continuing with what we have been doing so far, let us look at this passage. Please read the following, and I have given you the source also. It is not a new idea in marketing. Celebrity endorsements sell products, and while not all brands subscribe to the celebrity endorsement theory, it is based in a pretty simple logic. People idolize celebrities. So, when famous people are seen in advertisements promoting a new product, audiences are prompted to buy that product either subliminally or directly. There are methods to fine tune the effectiveness of endorsements, however, that lead to bigger impact. The potential positive effects on product sales cannot be understated. According to a MarketWatch claim in Social Media Week, just one endorsement can spell an increase in sales by 4% almost immediately. That is why businesses, even small businesses, would be foolish to resist the mere exploration of celebrity influencers to promote their brand. The effects would be substantial if the brand could find a prominent name who influences their audience. Now, look at the questions here. State whether the following statements are true or false. A. Celebrity endorsements sell products is a tried and tested idea. There should be a full stop here. B. It is very difficult to understand why celebrity endorsements work. And C. Even small businesses can benefit through celebrity endorsements. So, take a look at these statements. State whether these are true or false. Next question. Which term comes close to the meaning of the word idolize, not meanings? A. Intense admiration. B. Nearly worshipping. C. Desire to emulate. And question 3. The word subliminally here refers to A. Directly, B. Subconsciously, C. Substantially. And here are your answers. Please look at the slide here. Look at the answers. Answer to first is A. Celebrity endorsements sell products is a tried and tested idea. True. We have been told that there is nothing new about this. It is a very well known idea. B. It is very difficult to understand why celebrity endorsements work. False. It is quite easy to understand according to the passage. A well known face guarantees a substantial increase in sales. C. Even small businesses can benefit through celebrity endorsements. This is also true. That is given in the last line of the passage, is that small businesses would be foolish to resist the idea of celebrity and or the use of celebrities for their products. And the word that comes very close to idolize is to near worship. Idol, after what is an idol? Something that we worship. So, is when we idolize celebrities, we nearly worship. Intense admiration comes very close, but it's not the closest meaning. So, sometimes you will have to be very particular about this as well. Is whether it's a close meaning or the closest or the best possible answer. Examiners can give you such tricky questions as well. And look at this one, subliminally it is subconsciously, this is the answer. At a subliminal level, people do get influenced by celebrity endorsements. Let's move on to the next passage. Read the following extract. Please look at the slide here. Corporate and social responsibilities. So, that is the title. Corporate social responsibility or CSR is becoming more important for businesses in the UK, where there is strong growth in consumer activism thanks to the prevalence of social media and grassroots organizations. The three main themes for CSR in the UK are workplace issues, work-life balance, human rights, employment, community contribution, big society, social justice and the environment, sustainability of resources, etc. The UK has subscribed to the Millennium Goals of the United Nations, and many business leaders are actively working towards achieving these. The UK government supports CSR through tax breaks and the encouragement of charitable giving. We will continue with this passage. Look at this one. There are several issues that currently represent sensitive topics for UK society. Most notable is the tax avoidance of large online retailers and international chains exposed by the media in 2013. In times of austerity, it is seen as distasteful that such profitable companies should be seeking legal loopholes to reduce their tax liabilities when normal people and small businesses are struggling to make ends meet. Waste management is an important environmental topic due to unsustainable consumption of natural resources and environmental damage caused by excess waste. The sector is currently undergoing a period of substantial change, and extensive discussions are taking place in order to find the best solutions to the problem. And let us look at this passage, which is a continuation. Genetically modified GM food has become a major health and environmental issue in the UK. Some authorities argue that people still do not have enough knowledge about the way genes operate to be able to determine the potential long-term effects of any modified crops. Let us go back to the first slide now and look at what this passage is all about. Quickly skim through it before looking at the questions. Of course, in the exam you will be given the passage and the questions are given right below, but practice this habit of looking at the passage and then going to the questions. Please do not jump to the questions immediately. Look at the questions, look at the passage carefully, underline, highlight whatever comes or whatever makes things simpler for you. Underline or highlight or make notes in the margins or on a rough sheet, and note down what are the most important features here. Make bullet points, etc. Make the main theme, main topic and the bullet and the subheadings and the supporting details. So, remember, note taking is a very important skill. If you have done note taking in school or college, well and good. The net has lots of practice exercises on note taking and note making. Remember, note taking is something that will help you a lot in your reading component, because you just cannot absorb all the details, and there are lengthy passages given in exams, and questions are framed in such a way that there could be more than one answer. You have to choose, as I told you just now, the best possible answer, not something that comes close, but the closest. So, now let us look at the questions here. Answer the following. Complete the statement. The main reason for consumer activism in the UK is. Second, name the 3 main themes for corporate social responsibility in the UK. Question 3, identify the word in the passage that means touchy. And number 4, what is the author's concern about the issue of tax avoidance? Number 5, waste management is an important environmental topic due to dash consumption of natural resources and environmental damage caused by dash waste. Here are the answers. Please look at the slides. The main reason for consumer activism in the UK is the prevalence of social media and grassroots organizations. Second, the 3 main themes of CSR in the UK are workplace issues, work-life balance, human rights, employment, community contribution, and the environment. This was given in the first slide itself. Look at this answer. Number 3 is touchy, sensitive. And number 4, the author is concerned about the tax avoidance of large online retailers and international chains exposed by the media in 2013. In times of austerity, it is seen as distasteful that such profitable companies should be seeking legal loopholes to reduce their tax liabilities when normal people and small businesses are struggling to make ends meet. And the last one, the fill in the blanks. Waste management is an important environmental topic due to unsustainable consumption of natural resources and environmental damage caused by excess waste. So, look at the slide, and then we have some interesting words also. They should become a part of your spoken English. Austerity, loopholes, work-life balance. If you don't know the meanings or the exact meanings of these words, please look them up. What do these words mean? Liabilities. If you are doing business English or management, or for some reason you want to improve your business vocabulary, these words are something that you should feel very comfortable with. And sustainability is the buzzword nowadays. So, you have to know and understand how to use in what context you should be able to use these words. Distasteful is another word that is given here, and you should be able to use such words which are a little out of the ordinary, not just run of the mill vocabulary, but in spoken and written English, if you are able to meet or if you are able to use words like these, then it always adds value to your language. So, now look at this passage, and I am sure most of you would find this very interesting. Look at the reading passage here. It's about Google. So, Google's employees in Argentina thinks it's a great place to work. So do its employees in Brazil, Canada, India and Switzerland, not to mention the US. That's what the research and consultancy firm Great Place to Work, a Fortune partner, found in their most recent analysis of thousands of employee surveys from hundreds of multinational companies. Google takes the cake among global employers for the 4th year running, landing at or near the top of Great Places rankings in 6 countries. Accolades should also go to the countries that hosted more than an average number of great places to work, including Peru, Brazil, Canada, India, the US and Germany, all home to more than 8 of the top companies' offices. One of its employees says, "People talk about Google's perks and they are great, but what makes Google truly special is the people. I worked at 5 other companies before coming to Google, and I have never been anywhere with co-workers that are this smart, this motivated, this caring, and this awesome. Everybody above me in my management chain is smarter than me and works harder than me, and I think that is amazing. Almost everybody here is world class at something, and oh yeah, has a hobby where they are also world class. It is an amazing, sometimes intimidating place to work, but that's what makes it a great place to work, working with the best people on world class problems. And here are your questions. So, state whether the following statements are true and false. Google's employees only in Brazil think it's a great place to work. Second, great place to work is a research and consultancy firm. Third, according to a Google employee, the most special thing about the company is its work conditions. Next question, explain the meanings of the following terms. To take the cake, accolades, intimidating, and fill in the word blanks. Almost everyone at Google is dash at something. The firm great place to work is a dash partner. And here are your answers. Google's employees only in Brazil think it's a great place to work is false, not just in Brazil but also in other 6 countries as well, and you have been given a list of countries. So, not to mention the US. So, US people also or employees also think that it's a great place to work. Now, great place to work, this is in capitals. What is it? It's a research and consultancy firm, which is true. And according to a Google employee, the most special thing about the company is its work conditions. This is false, is the people according to this employee, the people who make this company so special. And answers, I want you to look up the dictionary and look at the word meanings of the words. To take the cake, accolades, and intimidating. These are not common words, but these are the kinds of words that you do come across if you read certain higher order texts. So, if you read a very standard newspaper or a very credible website, then these are the places where you may find these words. So, expand your vocabulary by reading the right kinds of texts. And here fill in the blanks. First, almost everyone at Google is world class. So, that is your answer, world class at something. And the firm great place to work is a Fortune partner. It is a research consultancy company, the firm, and it is a Fortune partner. Now, look at the following advert. I wanted to show you the complete ad, but for some reason the text given in the second square or rectangle is not clearly visible. So, but you may look it up, and you can also see that advertisements can also sometimes find their way in your question paper, and you may be asked to read and interpret, just like the way you are expected to read and interpret charts and diagrams and answer questions based on that. So, advertisements can also be one of the texts for you. So, please look at it carefully. I have not set too complicated questions based on it, but I just wanted you to understand that this is also a possibility. And here are your only 2 questions. So, answer the following. A. Name the flavors shown in the given advert. So, please look at the advert again and see how many adverts are there and how many flavors of ice cream are there and what are their names. And then according to the ad, what makes this design company a rarity? This is the information that you will find in the first rectangular box. Let us move on to the next passage now. It is hard to tell which came first, the chicken or the egg. I think the emergence of the working mother has been a simultaneous phenomenon when it comes to the stay-at-home father. Women are coming into their own and want to pursue meaningful careers, and they also want to have kids. Dads are feeling more comfortable with the caregiving role, and economics have forced couples to make non-traditional decisions. The Center for American Progress has reported that 42% of mothers were sole or primary breadwinners, bringing in at least half of family earnings. Nearly another 1/4 of mothers, 22.4%, were co-breadwinners, bringing home from 25% to 49% of earnings for their families. This represents an increase over previous years and is the continuation of a long-running trend as women's earnings and economic contributions to their families continue to grow in importance. So, answer the following. What is the central idea of this passage? Second, which expression in the passage means to gain freedom? And third, what is the non-traditional decision that the passage talks about? What is the central idea of this passage? Let us go back to the passage. Central idea is often given in the first line itself, but not in this passage. It's hard to tell which came first, the chicken or the egg. The central idea is that more and more women are joining the workforce, while an increasing number of fathers are comfortable with the caregiving role, and that is it, and they are staying at home. So, therefore, we get this new word, stay at home dad or stay at home father. So, stay at home father is the father who takes care of the family, goes shopping for the household needs, for example, the grocery shopping and shopping for other household items, and then also doing the daily chores. So, that is what we understand by stay at home dads or stay at home fathers, while women go out and join the workforce. The expression in the passage means to gain freedom is to come into their own. So, women are coming into their own, so this is the meaning, they are gaining freedom. And what is the non-traditional decision that the passage talks about? That women are joining workforces and going out and gaining economic freedom, while more and more men are comfortable with staying at home. That is and because it is a reversal, it is a kind of reversal of the traditional gender roles. So, that is your answer. So, look at the answers here. Central idea of the passage, the reversal of traditional roles at home. Which expression in the passage means to gain freedom, come into their own. And what is the non-traditional decision that the passage talks about? Women want to pursue meaningful careers and they also want to have kids. Dads are feeling or husbands are feeling more comfortable with the caregiving role. So, reversal of gender roles, and this is the non-traditional decisions people are making increasingly in today's world. Now, let us look at this passage. Complete the following passage using the words given here: environment, appropriate, direct, typically, open-toed, traditionally, standard. So, using these words, complete the following passage. Dash corporate dress is required of those in specific positions such as company executives, sales representatives, and those in dash contact with customers and the public. For men, corporate dress involves a suit, tie and dress shoes. A corporate dress code dash specifies suits, slacks and skirts of appropriate length for women. Personal appearance and grooming habits should also meet the dash of those in a professional position. Some small businesses may choose to adopt a business casual dress code. In a casual dress dash, employees have a little more leeway when deciding what to wear to the office. While not all employers follow dash sandals or t-shirts, companies adopting casual dress codes may allow employees to wear jeans, polo shirts and comfortable shoes. Other attire, often dash in a business casual environment, includes khaki, slacks and sweaters. Now, what are we looking at? How do we crack or attempt such kinds of questions? So, firstly, you have to look at the choices given. Now, for example, look at a word like traditionally. Traditionally is an adverb, words ending with an ly are usually called adverbs. So, where do you use it? You have to ask that, and there is a use of comma also. So, see how words are used in certain situations. So, we do not randomly put whatever word seems okay in wherever in whatever blank you feel right. We have to look at the context. So, vocabulary and understanding its meaning. Even if you do not know the exact meaning of a word, you should be able to understand the context of the word and where it would fit most appropriately. That is the way to respond to such questions. So, I have done the answer for you, solved the exercise for you. Please look at it, and answers are given in the highlight. So, traditionally corporate dress is required of those in specific positions such as company executives, sales representatives, and those in direct contact. Now, see, direct contact, because direct is a word that goes very well with contact, right. You cannot use direct anywhere else here. If you look at the entire passage, where else will you use direct? So, direct contact, we can't say traditionally contact, right, with customers and the public. For men, corporate dress involves a suit, tie and dress shoes. A corporate dress code typically specifies suits, slacks and skirts of appropriate length for women. Now, look at typically and traditionally. Understand that these words perhaps could be interchangeable. You can also say the corporate dress code traditionally specifies suits, slacks and skirts of appropriate length for women. But if you have to make a choice, then make up your mind where typically and where traditionally, where do these words fit best, and you will get the answer, although they are very close, and they can be used in any of these blanks. Personal appearance and grooming habits should also meet the standard. So, meeting the standard is a collocation, yeah, it's a standard idiom, meet the standard. So, you have to use the word standard. So, there is no confusion here. Next para, some small businesses may choose to adopt a business casual dress code in a casual dress environment. Employees have a little more leeway when deciding what to wear to the office, while not all employers allow open-toed sandals. Now, open-toed sandals is important to understand. You know what is open-toed, and it can go only with shoes or sandals, nowhere else. Companies adopting casual dress codes may allow employees to wear jeans, polo shirts and comfortable shoes. Other attire often appropriate in a business casual environment includes khaki slacks and sweaters. And let us look at the last passage of the day. Focusing on and investing in campaigns, channels and tactics before defining and creating a strong brand is putting the cart before the horse. Great branding moves your ideal customer beyond seeing you as just a practical solution and into believing you are the sole offering that will meet their needs. The best brands are those that have truly defined their traits, because a brand's genetic makeup does a beautiful job relating to the values and culture of its intended audiences. For those who indulge in Mad Men, Don Draper put it simply when he said, you feeling something, that's what sells. And that's what it boils down to, building an emotional connection with your customer. Building brand personality can be a mix of intended traits and expected traits. Depending on where your organization is in its life cycle, it may or may not have traits already defined either by internal stakeholders or customers themselves. It's important to clearly distinguish which qualities are known to the market and are resonating versus which ones you may need to focus on building in order to strengthen the brand. And look at the source here. Here are your questions. Answer the following. What is great branding according to the passage? Second, a brand must have dash with the customer. And third, state true or false. For brand building, it is important to strengthen which qualities are known to the market, regardless of which ones you may need to focus on building in order to strengthen the brand. And here are your answers. First, great branding moves your ideal customer beyond seeing you as just a practical solution and into believing you are the sole offering that will meet their needs. And second, you need an emotional connect with the audience or the customers. And third is false, because the statement given says something very opposite to what is stated in the passage. It is important to clearly distinguish which qualities are known to the market and are resonating versus which ones you may need to focus on building in order to strengthen the brand. So, thank you very much, and we will meet again for our next class.